Hello, this is Steve Hart, host of the Podcasting and Radio Made Easy podcast, and hope you're having a nice day today. Come across a post from somebody else the other week talking about converting files for broadcast and explaining how they level up each individual file one at a time. And I thought to myself, well, that's great, you're doing a good job there, but it can be automated, and there are plenty of apps around that allow you to batch file convert any kind of audio file, one of which is Media Human Audio Converter, which I actually use quite often. But I know a lot of us also use Reaper, and many people may not understand or realize that Reaper, the multi-track audio editing program, offers batch file conversion as well. So I wanted to quickly go through how to do that, the very simple steps to use Reaper for batch file conversion, which will save you having to buy and pay out for yet another app. If you've already got Reaper, well, you're laughing, and I'm going to show you how to do it now. So we're not going to use any of the tracks on Reaper today. We don't need to create any tracks or add any files here at all, because we're using kind of a subsidiary background option within Reaper for batch file conversion. So we'll nip up there and grab this drop down menu and pop down to file conversion, and you can see what we're doing there. And then we're going to click on that and open this file here, this window here rather. And with this window open, we click on the add button and select the file. You can go for a whole folder or pick files individually, choose which one is best for you. And so I'm going to pick a few files from within this folder, and having imported those, then we go through the options of the batch file converter. So we're going to select here that we want all our files to be converted to MP3. Now, all the files here are already MP3s, so this is just an example, but you may have FLAC or OGG or WAV or AIF files, perhaps some other file types as well. Whatever that is, they can all be mixed up and stuck in that top window. You can import them all the different file types you can think of, and convert them to one file type. And here we're going to select MP3, of course, because this is primarily aimed at those internet broadcasters who need to have a single file type to broadcast. And so I'm assuming we're going to have MP3 128 kilobytes per second, and then away we go. So having selected 128K and MP3, we now click on the Post-Process File Conversion tab, and you'll see that just there. And the first thing we'll do is click on Normalize, and I suggest you select LUFS and -16 LU for your normalization. You might want it louder than that, but I recommend -16 and LUFS. I suggest a brick wall limit of -1 using true peak. And also we're going to trim the silence from the beginning and end of our files as well, which you will need to do if you're broadcasting music, because plenty of digital files will have more than a few seconds of silence at the beginning, and certainly there could be yards of silence at the end of the file as well. So you need to get rid of that, so you've got good sharp transitions from one track to another when they're playing on auto rotation. So we're going to trim the silence, and we're going to do that by clicking those two buttons there, trim leading silence and trim trailing silence, and we're going to select -90 dB for each, and that should trim away the silence quite nicely. Now I'm going to select a destination folder, and I'll do that just there. You can see I'm browsing, and we'll create a new folder. Boom, that's okay, we've got that sorted out. And then I'm going to click the batch file convert button on the bottom right hand side, and away we go. Those files will be batched converted using the specifications we've selected. And I do recommend that if you're doing this for the first time, pick an MP3 or pick a file and do a few tests and listen to it and go until you get the the settings to how you like them and how you expect them to sound. My guide here is, I think, pretty robust, pretty good. You might listen to it and think differently. So do a few tests before you go and bulk convert hundreds of files to through the batch converter. And then having done that, you basically job done, and you'll see on the bottom there that you can save the settings, which you can see me doing just there, and save that preset as a favorite, give it a name, and once you've got it all sweet, then you can save your preset, so you haven't got to go through all this malarkey once again. And there we are, Reaper for batch conversion. And that should sort you out just nicely. But like I say, do some tests before you bulk and batch hundreds of files through this system. Do a few tests and see how you get on. And once you got it right, save the preset and away you go. And that's Reaper for batch file conversion. My name is Steve Hart. Do check out my website at stevehartmedia.com. Cheers. Bye-bye.